Welcome back to another informative and exciting episode of podcast where we cover everything cannabis and hemp. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do so, as this will help us sustain our channel. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times. Welcome to another episode of podcast. I'm sitting here with Mr. Kyle. How are you, Mr. Kyle?
Very well, thanks to yourself, man.
Cold.
Yes, ass cold.
I know, eh?
At least you got hair to keep your head warm.
I know, eh? Oh, yeah. But I'm still freezing.
That's awesome.
So today, the reason why we have Mr. Kyle from THC AFRICA, he's going to tell us about the agro course. It's becoming like Chiba now. Or are you giving Chiba a run for their money?
No. Chiba's
I know
with
you
us.
are actually part of them. I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
I know you're actually part of them. But just explain to the viewers what this practical grow course is all about.
Right, so what we've seen is that there's a lot of facilitation around cannabis growing.
Yeah.
But no one's really willing to take people through the full process of the growth.
Okay.
Where what we've gone and done is we've taken facilities that are available to us, upgraded them to a almost licensable standard.
Okay.
So we can give people real-time grow knowledge.
Okay.
So what we do is we run a program that allows you to get an NQF level 4 in medical cannabis production. And then from there we take you through an 18-week course, which takes you from your clone to your veg cycle, to your flower cycle. You then harvest, you trim, and we send it for testing as well. So we can send you with a full certificate and, as you can see, a portfolio.
Yeah.
Now, what it requires is a student to come in daily for at least an hour a day, come in, look after their plants, understand water, check the humidities, check the temperatures, and then from there just keep a documentation of it, which then fills up your portfolio. So going from this, to be able to work at a Dischem, a Clicks, or any big pharmaceutical company, you need a basic matric or NQF level 4 equivalent.
Yeah.
What we do know is that cannabis is a growing thing in South Africa,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a growing demand for people in it. What we want to do is we want to educate and put these people in positions where they can now apply with the NQF level 4 in medical cannabis.
I like that. So you are providing skills and development. Yeah, that is dope. So you mentioned that they come in every day, right?
Correct.
Is that Uncle's phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he coming?
Yeah, he's supposed to. Okay, Uncle will edit it. But you mentioned that they need to come in every day, right? How long is the course?
Okay, so it's 18 weeks.
18 weeks, that's like 4 months.
It's 4.5 months.
4.5 months,
Yes.
okay. All
So
right.
it runs each day because you, at the end of the day, even going to work at a licensed facility,
Yeah.
you need to get into the disciplines of what you need to do in terms of looking after the plants. So
Okay.
only an hour a day is what we require, but we also have other facilities down at the pharmacy. We've created a bit of space to create a library, so if students do want to come and spend a bit of extra time, they can.
Okay.
And then through the dispensary side of the course, we also take them for real life experience within the dispensary, so they really have a good knowledgeable point of cannabis.
Of course.
And that's really what we want to do is, if everybody knows about cannabis, everybody can work with cannabis.
Yeah, and people can stop calling it khaha.
Yes.
Okay. And then now tell us, where are these courses going to be taking place? Is it online? Is it physical?
Right, so a portion of it is done online,
Okay.
but majority of it is done face-to-face.
Okay.
In this sort of instance, face-to-face learning is always better because there is going to be questions asked and you need real-life experience. Now, what we are doing is we are looking at the various opportunities in South Africa that exist with current growers,
Yeah.
so that we can start using their facilities to facilitate students.
Okay.
It's a good way for us to also assist the economy in terms of you paying school fees into a system,
Yeah.
which now is able to supply a person with a living who has the education and knowledge to be able to teach a new skill.
Awesome.
And that's what we're doing.
And how much is it?
So it's 15,000 Rand a student
15,000 Rand a student
That
for
is
4 months,
correct.
4.5 months.
for 4.5 months. That
Okay.
is correct. We
Okay.
have spoken to 1 or 2 bodies that are involved with student loans.
Okay.
Student loans would look at it. They would
Okay.
definitely be interested in helping.
Okay.
Because
So what
there
about
is-
a grown-up like myself who
You are
has
welcome.
left school and is unable to afford this thing, and I can't say I'm a student, or can I actually get the student loan?
Right, so because of the amount that it is, you as an adult would be able to apply for a loan to be able to get this.
Okay.
There is also another government-funded option which comes from one of our accredited what would I say, dealers in terms of the course.
Yeah.
And it runs for 8 days, but it doesn't allow you the full 18-week course. But there is no payment required from your end, it's just a registration. But what we do suggest is to rather go the private route. There is people out there that are willing to fund the educational program. All you need to do is tap into them and find them. Everyone's interested in education.
Okay. And you mentioned that people will be growing their plants for, let's say, 4.5 months, right? Where exactly are they going to be growing this plant? At THC Africa? Because I know you mentioned you've got other growers. But is it someone in Johannesburg or
what we are aiming to do is to rather do it countrywide. So what we do know is that there are spaces to grow in South Africa that are everywhere, and they sporadically set all over the country, and we are able to bring this to a person who is currently growing cannabis in their garage. By understanding the rules and rights and regulations of people, education and cannabis within the fraternities of how it's being handled. We understand that we can now facilitate growing courses as an educational program rather than a monetary system to drive drugs into the system. Yes. Okay, so it will be available everywhere.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, and nice to finally see this on go.
Thank you very much.
Go rolling.
100%. So our first course is going to be out in Bedford View.
Okay.
We already have 15 students.
When is this going to take place?
So we are going to start on the 1st of August.
1st of August?
1st of August, guys.
Okay. Can you get more people?
Yes.
Is there still room?
There is still room. We have room for 35 more students. We would only like to do a maximum capacity of 50 for our first run. But from there onwards, we'll probably look at students of 100 per class.
Okay. And how do people get, to be part of this?
Right.
How do they get hold of them, like registration forms or whatever the case is, so that they can secure their 35 position there?
Right, so what you can do is you can speak to POTCAST, speak to Mo. And from another point of view, look, you can approach us online, which we can then put a person in contact with you to be able to send you the application forms. It is run through cultivator and THC, so as long as you have been in contact with one of those companies, we will be able to assist you. But we are preferring to find people in the industry to help promote this, to also promote their business. So, like I said, speak to Mo.
No, thank you so much for coming onto our show. It's always a pleasure having you, Carl. Is there anything that I've missed that you would like to mention, maybe?
Come down to Soweto 710. I'm not too sure when this is going up, but yeah, guys, join us in the revolution of cannabis. We're all here together. Let's do it.
And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times. Thank you, Mr. Kai.
Thank you
so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share buttons below. We would also appreciate your comments. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times.